What's going on, Taka fam? So today we had a Maids of Memories case tournament. I made top eight. I lost in top eight, unfortunately. I made a misplay, I guess technically, because there was a ruling that came up, and I wasn't too sure about the ruling, so it could have changed the whole gameplay if I knew. But deck's still pretty good. Did some interesting things. So my record in the Swiss rounds, I lost the first round and I won the next four, solidifying top eight. I lost round one because I played kind of like a bot. So I don't know. I just misplayed. So I knew I was losing that one. Wasn't nothing to be mad about. But then I won the next four. So I was able to make top eight. Then we lost. So it's all good. But I played Brandon Despia. So for the deck, still 3-3, both of these guys. I'm still on 2 Cartesia, 2 Mercarier, and I'm still on the 1 Big Albion. I like these. I don't think this really will change that much. It still comes up. Still play the Ultimate Wizard because I'm still playing Dragoon. For the Bestials, this is a little different part. So I played 1 Lubellion, 1 Saronir, and I decided to add in 1 Magnemite. So typically, if you're going for the play with the normal Bestials, I feel like summoning the Magnemite's a little bit better. Because the Magnemite, even if you use this in one of the normal combos with the Grand Guignol to send this to grave, that's fine. Because as long as you got this Bestial, you were good. Because this will just add this back from the graveyard. For some non-engine monsters, I played 2 Radiant. I kind of wish I played 3. I didn't see this card all that much. But when I played it at 3, I saw it way too much. But I don't know. I just gotta decide. That's it for the monsters. I'm not maining Ash, and I'll tell you why. But for the spells, playing 3 Fusion, 3 Opening. This is still pretty standard. And I'm still on 3 Fusion deployment. I still like 3. I like hard opening that card as well. And then still playing the 1 Lost and the 1 Red. This card was okay today. Like, red came up sometimes, but I feel like based on this build, it wasn't the greatest having multiples. I decided on 2 Book of Eclipse and 2 Super Poly as like board breaker type cards dash stay alive cards. Mainly because Cash definitely had to respect that matchup. I did lose to it in top 8, but I lost not because of this card, but because when I activated this card. Other than that, Super Poly was pretty good too. It's just like if you did get stopped, you at least had this and you could still fuse with your monsters. So I played 2 Allure. I cut it down from 3 to 2. Yes, it's a consistency card, but drawing 2 blank cards is still not the greatest, and I did brick on it sometimes. For Secret Tech that I'm playing the 1 Instant Fusion. I like it a lot, and this card has been like really, really good. Like this plus Albaz was always really good for me because I would summon Mud Dragon with it. And Mud Dragon is just really good into the Cash matchup because he can't be targeted. And then for my spicy tech, the reason why I'm not playing Ash, I'm playing 3 Salesman. So this card was MVP. Insane card. I know this sounds weird, but yes, sure, I can stop you potentially with something with Ash, but I'm more scared of like me trying to play my turn. Since this was Ash, now that this card, I can use it to stop Ash. Sure, I can't use it for the rest of the game, but guess what? I'm not main decking it, so I didn't have a problem with it. Even throughout testing, even like going second into like Labyrinth boards and stuff, you could just call D-Barrier, make them flip it so you don't lose a fusion card. So it's still good. It's mainly just for Ash, nothing else, because everything else can be chained. And for the trap, still on the 1 Retribution, and I decided to play Banishment. This card was really sick for me too, especially post side. I really like this card. For the extra deck, not too much has changed, but still the 2 Jade, 2 Lubellion, and the 2 Albion. Sometimes I feel like I want 3, but maybe playing the resource is better. You might not want to use 3. I don't know. I still want Alba. I did summon this today. It was pretty good. Can attack multiple times. So Briggerin was good. Thought about summoning it a couple times, but realizing that I sent it to the grave with Mirror Jade, that was fine though. But it could have come up. One Rimbrum. I didn't summon this at all today. I was mainly sending this with Jade. I like sending this with Jade as another interruption because you go banish and then you could target the Albaz to summon Albaz back to try to make something else. One Grand Guignol. This card's really, really good. Mud Dragon. This card was insane today. Consider playing a second one, being honest with you, because even if you don't open Insta-Fusion, you can still make this, and just making Albaz untargetable almost pretty much guarantees that you're able to fuse into something, especially when you're going second. Proskinion. This card actually did come up. I actually moved this back over Queritus because I'm playing Super Poly in the main deck, so it comes up because of that. But just being able to like summon this guy off Super Poly or Grand Guignol, still pretty good. Didn't really miss Queritus. The one Goons, because we're still on the Goons. One Chimera. This card's really good. Still didn't summon it today, but there were so many options where I could have summoned it, and it still threatened a lot just being Chimera. And then one Masquerade. Masquerade almost got cut, but you just never know. You might need it for time. For side deck, here's where things changed. So I'm playing 3 Denko. I was playing 3 evenly, but just talking to my testing partners and friends who also play this deck, it just evenly just doesn't do anything. It doesn't do enough. It's decent against this deck, depending on how they set up, but for the most part, it doesn't do nothing. I'd rather just summon Denko. It forces a response like Judgment, and if they don't have the Judgment, you just get to go crazy because they can't flip up their floods or anything against you. 3 cross out. I was playing this in the main prior, but I wanted to make room for better cards, in my opinion. This card's still really good. Post side, I usually take out some of the sales bands and stuff, especially going second. I'd rather have this in because through their board and they have Ash, sales band's not going to do too much because you got to deal with sales band. I mean, you got to deal with Ash and you got to deal with barriers potentially. 2 Ash. I only have room in my side deck for 2, but that's okay. It was still a good card. Even when I drew this next to Salesman, if I was going second, I'd be able to use the 1 Ash I drew and then Salesman call Ash and then not really have to worry about it. 2 Eradicators. This card was really good. Really, really good. You just use this against Runic and stuff if you draw it. But funny enough, one of my losses today was Runic. And it was because they drew more monsters and not really spell cards. So playing the 1 barrier just as a cross out target and sometimes just hard opening it is fine. Then Expulsion and my 3 targets. So based on the matchup, I side these in. Against the trap decks, Genzo goes crazy. I summoned it once today against Trap Tricks and it was just actually insane because Expulsion, you can give them something and you can summon him in attack, so it's harder for them to get over. And if you get rid of an Albaz fusion, you could just summon this and like an Aluber to your side, get a search, and then cut off trap cards. And this card was really good because my opponent had multiple even leads and just couldn't use them. Couldn't use the even leads, imperms, nothing like that. He hard drew Ash for turn, unfortunately, but I did have the cross out, so even if he did. This mainly against Runic. I did summon this today. I still lost that game. It's because he drew so many monsters and he just used it to make Donner. And then we kept playing the game. I was able to make Dragoon and I just left the Donner there. But eventually I got out-resourced. And then Nightmare. This card was really good, obviously. In top 8, I drew this way too late. I actually drew it for turn, so I just scooped because I was playing against Cash. I knew I was dead. And of course, Expulsion. Card's really good. I can foresee the card getting banned later, but I think it's really good. But thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. If you have any suggestions, if you like some things, let me know. If you don't, let me know. But see ya.